Hey everyone, I hope that you've had a wonderful weekend. My weekend was fun and tiring all at the same time. I went to my first Indie Expo Canada and I will say that I had an absolute blast, and I'm definitely going to make sure that I go once it happens again next year. Today I'll be sharing the Fiendish Fancies Survive collection, which was inspired by the new hit show called The Handmaid's Tale. To see more of these polishes, keep on watching. The first polish that I'll be sharing from the Survive collection is called Aunt Lydia. This is a pearly mocha brown polish which was inspired by the intimidating indoctrinator who presides over the births, lives, deaths, and punishments that are done to the handmaids. This polish did have a very smooth formula. I had absolutely no issues with application, and there was a good drying time in between coats. I could have gotten away with just using one coat, but just for good measure I opted to use two. And here's a final look at Fiendish Fancies Aunt Lydia with a top coat. Guys, this polish is just gorgeous, and I actually did like it more on my skin tone than I thought I was going to, because to be honest, I'm not usually a fan of brown polishes, but I really like this one. Next up is Martha, which is a muted sage chiffon nude shimmer, which was inspired by the reserved servants who suffer alongside the handmaids in the high-ranking conservative households. I love how delicate this polish is. It does apply a bit sheer with the first coat, but honestly guys, it does build up to full opacity really nicely, and it does give you good coverage, and the shimmer in this is so beautiful. And here's a final look at Martha, which was done in 3 thin coats and then sealed with a glossy top coat. I just love how this looks, and I think this would be something gorgeous to wear, especially now in the summertime. Next up, I'll be showing you Offred, which is a cool berry red with white shimmer inspired by the resilient June, which is one of the rare fertile women enslaved as a handmaid in a barren world. This is such a pretty polish, guys. The formula on this was smooth, and it had good drying time in between coats, and it did build to full opacity very nicely. I honestly love reds like this. I don't know why. I don't know how many I have in my collection, but I always love them like this. And the shimmer in this is just amazing. I did this polish with 2 thin coats. And here's a final look of Offred, which I said was done in 2 thin coats and now sealed with a glossy top coat. Just look at this. I don't know how anyone could not love this color, but if you don't have anything like this in your collection, I think you should get it. And the last polish that I'll be sharing with you from the Fiendish Fancies Survive collection is called Serina Joy. This is a bright teal blue that has turquoise and blue to green sparkle. This is inspired by the once passionate but now subdued commander's wife. Honestly guys, this color actually matches the outfit that the commander's wife wears in the show, and I am just loving it so much. I did find that this had good application and I had a really good drying time, which I personally always love, and it did build to full opacity nicely, and I had no issues at all with the application. For full opacity, I only needed to get this done in 2 thin coats. And here's one last and final look of Serina Joy, done in 2 thin coats and then sealed with a glossy top coat. I love this color so much. I actually don't think I have anything like this in my collection. I have to double check, but if I do, I'm just in awe by it. And there we have it for the Fiendish Fancies Survive collection, which is based off of The Handmaid's Tale. What do you think of this collection, and have you ever watched The Handmaid's Tale? I'm thinking about getting involved in the show because I have seen a few clips here and there, and it actually does seem interesting. The collection is now currently available on the Fiendish Fancies website, which can be found in the links down below. As always, give a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you liked or did not like this video. To all my current followers, thank you for staying tuned, and to the new ones, welcome to my channel. And as always guys, stay glamorous.